about it yesterday. But what a great way to start this morning's finals program, with the gold medal going to Ukraine, the silver medal going to Catherine Wallerman. And you may have seen on the screen there that Catherine took a bit of a swim after the final. She's no stranger to that.
She's no stranger to that.
She goes swimming often, thankfully most of the time after she's finished, but she is fine. And Adina Muller there in the bronze medal. Now, this is the VL3 200-metre final, and one of your chaps is the reigning world champion, Jack Ayres, but he's not here.
No, unfortunately, Jack had an injury a couple of weeks ago, so he's recovering and hoping to be back in time for our world champs selection. So he's not here, but it's brilliant to see Stuart Wood back. Bronze
medalist in Tokyo and paddling very strong. There's Curtis McGrath now. Nice boat, by the way, Curtis.
I know, they always have very pretty boats.
Yeah, I mean, people say, what did he do in his year off? Well, that's what he did, painted his boat. Doesn't get beaten often, Curtis McGrath, but got beaten in the early rounds of this race on 2 days ago. Said he was a bit shocked because the conditions were challenging, and he looked up and he couldn't believe how far in front Stuart Wood and Scott Martlew were, and he just said, I couldn't catch them, they were too far. There he is, Stuart Wood. So Curtis McGrath is the reigning Paralympic champion. Didn't compete last year, took a year off. Vladis Jefinov was second in the World Championships last year, so he's got very good form. And Scott Martlew was 8th in Tokyo, but I'm expecting a much more solid performance from Scott today. These conditions will suit him. This is very New Zealand type.
Very New Zealand. And he's also a twin, I found out when I was doing some research. Really? And I'm a twin, so I thought that was quite interesting.
Goodness me.
And then
Swoboda. I mean, he is a journeyman. I mentioned, I think he's probably the most versatile paddler on the planet. Last year he did Paracanoe, he did canoe marathon, and he went and did canoe freestyle.
Oh, did he? I didn't know he did the freestyle.
He did freestyle as well, and apparently it was amazing, and he wants to keep doing it, and apparently he wants to encourage other para-athletes to do it, so watch out, Emma.
Oh, no, I'll try a bit of that. And he also does everything by himself. You know, he doesn't have a lot of coach support, and so it's quite amazing. So he missed Halifax, I think, because of the journey was just too much.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Frenchman, haven't we, in 8?
Yes, we've got the Frenchman, Abalaba, and in the outside lane, the Italian, Mirko Nicoli. But the race here, it's a very open race. I mean, you would expect normally that Curtis McGrath would start favourite, but he was off his game a little bit the other day, but then he made amends when he came out and won gold on Friday afternoon.
I think he had a tricky lane for that.
He said that. Because on that day it was
really crossy,
yeah.
So I think this will be close. Stuart's going brilliantly, and you know, just considering a year ago he wasn't even allowed to back in training after his lymphoma diagnosis post-Tokyo. So he's done incredibly well. And
how is he travelling now? Is he pretty good? Or?
Yeah, he's going well. Yep. He's going well in training.
And health-wise, he's good?
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good, and he's just done so well with the support of his girlfriend and family at home.
Yep.
You know, he's certainly going to be one to watch in this race as well. So I think this is going to be close.
So at this stage, can we tell, Emma, if there's an advantage on any side of the course, or do you think it's pretty...
I think it is slightly crossy.
For everybody.
Yeah, I think the temperature's rubbish, but I think here we go.
Yep. So let's watch the start. Up there in the top of the screen, second from the top is Curtis McGrath. We've got Stuart Wood, and of course, don't forget Peter Cowan as well from New Zealand. But there he is, Stuart Wood out very, very fast. He's looking determined. I don't think he's going to take a breath for the first 100 metres.
He's got a phenomenal stride. I mean, look at that rate. It's just, he's such a technical paddler. He's worked really hard on his technique, and he's always looking for advantages. And he's just got a phenomenal ability to execute power on that catch.
He has gone out really, really hard. You wonder whether he's gone out a little bit too hard, because the rest of the field now trying to catch up, but at the moment he has a nice solid lead. His biggest danger would appear to be the Ukrainian in Yefinov, but now you can see McGrath coming through in lane 2. Stuart Wood trying to hold on. I think he's going to get there. I don't think they can run him down. So Stuart Wood just from the Ukrainian, Yefinov, and Curtis McGrath finishing in 3rd. But wow, that was a brave race.
Wow, that was incredible. And I think that's a real strength of Stu's to be able to go out hard and then hang on. And Curtis is always a danger. He quite often comes through in the second half. So how incredible for this sport to be really progressing and really moving on. And I know that Jack Ayres has, I think, got the world's leading time, and I can only see this event getting faster and faster. They're big, strong lads.
They really, really are. And, of course, when the Brazilians come back as well, they're very strong in this. I mean, I'm already licking my lips in anticipation for Duisburg later on this year and the qualifiers. But that was a brave race from Stuart Wood. He took it out hard early on, tried to blow the race apart and succeeded pretty well. A brave race also from the Ukrainian Yepivanov. We talked about their strong program, Emma.
Yeah, look at that.
And the depth that they've got.
And probably a shout out to Peter Cowan as well, because he's new to the sport and he's an exciting talent. But I think, you know, without wanting to be biased on commentary, I'm chuffed to bits for that guy. You know, what a couple of years he's had, and to come back and deliver like that in his first international competition back is just amazing. Yep,
and another gold for the fine team at British Canoeing. It is a great program there, isn't it? I mean, I think I mentioned to you, Emma, in an interview earlier this week, every time you guys go out on the training course or every time you have like a race off, it's like a world championship.